Parang konti tayo. Magandang umaga, Malacanang Press Corps, and welcome sa ating press briefing ngayong araw, November 28. The S&P Global Ratings has raised to positive the credit rating outlook of the Philippines, which indicates a possible upgrade to an A- rating within 24 months. The Marcos administration is determined to achieve an A rating, that the a credit rating ensuring that the transformation of the economy will not be affected by political and climate-related challenges. The economic managers just had a meeting earlier with the president and underscored the need to prioritize infrastructure and food security projects in 2025. To give us an update on his directives, we are joined by National Economic and Development Authority Secretary Arsenio Balisacan and Department of Trade and Industry Secretary Maria Cristina Roque. Good morning, secretaries.
Good morning.
Good
morning, everyone.
Who would like to go first? Go ahead. Who would like to go first? Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you and good morning, everyone. With respect to the first item that Daphne announced, that regarding the upgrade of our credit rating from positive or to positive, which indicates that the credit rating SNR in particular recognizes the so many achievements, accomplishments that we have made, especially in the area of economic development, in our efforts to stabilize the fiscal, particularly in implementing our fiscal consolidation program aimed at sustaining the improvement in our debt and the deficit pictures. As also in passing in implementing many reforms that are intended to improve the potentials of the economy moving forward. So with that positive outlook, we are looking to a rating in the next 24 months, and with that comes, of course, a much more positive picture for the economy, particularly in relation to access to credits, to the cost of credit by both the government and the private sector. Because being given a rating means that you're a prime borrower, and so it means that the cost of capital in the market will be cheaper for you than otherwise would be the case. So with respect to the second one, the meeting this morning with the president, with the economic managers, and with the presence also of the speaker and the Senate president, the president stressed, and we all agreed that, and the leadership of Congress agreed that we need to ensure that the projects of this administration, of the president, in relation to the priority, high priority projects aimed at attaining the goals and targets in the Philippine Development Plan are achieved. And that, a big part of that would be the aim to achieve or to enhance food security, to improve the economic climate by way of improving access to infrastructure and the quality of our infrastructure. So the overall agreement is that all these projects, particularly those that have been committed with our development partners, our ODA our sources of ODA. These projects, to the extent that they are so critical to achieving the socio and economic transformation that we are aiming for, will be funded in 2025, and the president get that assurance.
Thank you, Sec. Balisacan. Secretary Roque?
Yes, for the first question, for the first question, which is the credit rating, actually, this is really, the country has a lot of achievements. That's why we were able to get a high credit rating. Another thing, it will be the confidence in the Philippines. This high credit rating will really encourage a lot of confidence for the international investors to come into our country. And so far, there's a lot of interest in our country. So we are looking forward to a lot of international investments and foreign investors also to come in. And then regarding our meeting this morning with the econ managers, as well as the speaker and also the Senate president, we all work together to achieve what's best for our country. So we are all in sync, and we always want to meet and work together so that we can realize the goals that we want to achieve for the betterment of the people, the Filipino people, and for our country.
Thank you, Secretary. And congratulations on being newly confirmed.
Thank you.
Okay, let's open the floor to questions. Let's start with Maricel Halili, TV5.
Magandang umaga po, Secretaries. I understand kasama niyo po kanina sa meeting also Senate President and the House Speaker. So far, napag-usapan po ba ninyo paano po makaka-apekto yung political bickering in the economy?
No, we did not. It was focused on the budget for 2025 and the need to prioritize our the funding of the high priority projects of government of this administration. But let me note that it's, as we have indicated in our release yesterday, it's a business as usual for us, and I don't think that these political noises would have any impact on the economy. What is important is that our economic policies, our economic the policy directions are sound and sustained. And in fact, that has been the case for the Philippines for since late 1990s, that the economy continued to progress despite the political noises, simply because the economic policies and our directions have been broadly sustained, and for us in this administration, we are so focused on ensuring that the goals and targets and strategies that we have outlined in the Philippine Development Plan are and will be achieved, and that's what is important for the broad public, to signal that the economic momentum is sustained.
Sir, you mentioned about the budget. You have talked about it with the president earlier. What about the budget, sir?
Oh, well, we just want to at the meeting the president wanted to get the assurance that the priority projects of this administration, projects that have been so well identified as critical to achieving that social and economic transformation that it wants to achieve in the medium term, are funded in 2025, and that is sustained also in the coming years. That's all that was, and we get that assurance that Congress Congress and the administration are in sync with respect to what we want to prioritize on.
Okay. Chona? No more?
Dun sir sa mga businessmen, ano yung sinasabi nila sa political noise na nangyayari ngayon dito sa Pilipinas? Have you talked to them? Anong pulso nila? Do they still have that confidence to invest in the country?
Actually, there are a lot of investments that are coming in, and we are pursuing those investments. So they haven't mentioned anything yet about these things that are happening in our country.
Okay. Alexis Romero, Philippine Star.
Secretary, you mentioned Congress promising to cooperate with the administration to ensure the funding of key projects in 2025. Will that mean imposing new taxes?
No, we have our fiscal consolidation program that tries to meet that targets the deficits, the debt, and at what levels those are in the medium term, and we are keeping track in implementing. We are on track in implementing that plan. And as has been announced in various fora, yes, we have a few of those new measures that have been identified in several fora and by Secretary Ralph Recto, no, and in the BCC. But the key to enhancing our revenue now is the improvement in the administration of our tax laws.
So it's the same legislative fiscal
The
agenda.
same, yeah. We haven't changed the priorities with respect to new measures.
We just have lawmakers giving you the assurance that this will be passed next year.
Yeah, but it's more about the funding, the government budget for 2025 that we talked about.
Oh,
The legislative measures, we'll have another session for that. Maybe I think we'll have that 2 weeks from now, when the LEDAC, the Legislative and Executive Development Council, will meet, and we'll review the progress we have on the various legislative measures.
with regard to the political issues, Secretary, do you see any downside risk in relation to these political issues, and what scenarios would lead to a significant impact on the economy in relation to these political developments?
As I mentioned earlier, what's so important for the business community is the sustainability of our economic agenda, and as also seen in the recent economic history, no? That for so long as the government stays on course, it stays within its development economic priorities and programs. There are no deviations from these programs. The business community will continue to maintain their confidence in the economy, and so I think that the impact of noises such as what we have now would, if there is anything, it would be quite minimal. And the last 12 or so years bear on that.
Okay. Eden Santos, Net 25.
Good morning po and happy birthday, Miss Daphne. Doon lang po sa binabanggit po ni former President Rodrigo Duterte na may mga pondong kinuha po from PhilHealth, GSIS, SSS, allegedly kinuha daw po ng government. In any way, nagamit po ba itong mga to sa mga infra projects, sa mga ayudang ipinamamahagi po ng ating government sa ating mga kababayan, especially po yung mga naapektuhan ng mga nakalipas na mga kalamidad, kasama na rin yung El Nino at yung mga bagyo-bagyo po?
I don't have the details where those funds have actually now been used, but broadly, yes, because they are meant to address the need for for funding for those projects that that have been identified and programmed for implementation within the year, no? So to the extent that they are in there in our program, that has been well vetted by the economic managers, by the implementing agencies, and of course by Congress. So, and if they went into those areas, then those should be okay.
So, nagamit naman po pala sa mga proyekto po ng pamahalaan natin, hindi naman sa kung saan lang po.
Of course naman. In general, those funds must be used, whatever those funds are, whether it's from DOH or PhilHealth, or they should be used in productive, beneficial projects.
Pero po yung sa pagdating sa health po, mukhang yun po yung sinasabi nila na hindi tuloy mabigyan ng pagdating sa pangkalusugan po ng mga mahihirap. Sana yun daw yung mga ginagamit. Pero mukhang nagamit po sa ibang mga proyekto.
No, we look at spending, public spending in broader context. No, we look at the medium term, we look at the short term, because you can't have, for example, put all our baskets in the near term, because we also need to grow so that we can sustain the progress that we have made in the near term. So that's the balancing that we have to do. And infrastructure development, for example, is key to that. And so is human capital development, like health and education. These are long-term investments. No, ayudas are typically short-term. They are meant to address emergencies. And safety nets for those who suffer or face shocks, like those coming from calamities or unfortunate incidents in families.
Okay, let's go to Harley Valbuena, DZME.
Hi, good afternoon na po. Sir, I believe you also discussed earlier about the food security. So I'll just get back on the PBBM's campaign promise of lowering the prices of rice to 20 pesos per kilo. So do you believe, sir, that this is still achievable in the near future?
Our trust is to continue improving food security, and yan, maraming tatlong dimension yan, yung the access to food, and the affordability of food, and the availability of food in broad terms. So hindi lang yung price, because the price at 28 or 30 or 40 may be there, but it's not available everywhere in the country. So that's not how we proceed. So I would rather focus on that objective rather than on just focusing on the price.
But sir, are you confident that we can still achieve the 20 pesos per kilo of rice within this admin?
The retail price is hovering around 50 now, right? The goal is to reduce that further, and hence we are continually monitoring the development in the markets. By the way, prices are not completely in our control, because these are influenced by factors like world prices. These are influenced by calamities. We can only intervene in the short term, but over the long haul, it is best for the country to follow the trends in the market. Of course, assuring that those who have least in life are given assistance to be able to cope with, rising prices.
So sir, we can say that we are still focused on the objective and we are still not giving up.
We are focused in reducing prices. As to how far that will go, it's that from my view, is something that we have to be a little bit more careful, because I said now the exchange rate is our peso is depreciating a bit because of the strong dollar, right? And that will impact on the prices of rice too, as well as other goods. No? So those are the kind of balancing. How always, if all other things, all those other things are not moving at the same time, maybe I can assure you, I can tell you, yes, it's achievable. But many things are moving, and we don't have many control of those many other things. Huh?
Okay. Pia Gutierrez, ABS-CBN.
Hi, sir. Hi, ma'am. How confident are we that we will be able to achieve an A rating in the next 2 years? And ano po yung mga challenges na nakikita po natin dito? You also mentioned that you do not expect yung political noise to affect yung positive outlook in the Philippine economy. But what about other issues such as the weak peso and the effect of recent typhoons po?
Yeah. Of course, the last one is something that is so close to us, no? Because in the last couple of weeks, we've had this series of typhoons, and so the instruction of our president is to tighten our practices, especially in the rules and guidelines that we have on projects, to ensure that our infrastructure, for example, have the standards that can withstand the floods and typhoons. With presidency coming in, and you have all these threats about high tariffs and the possible responses of other countries to such tariff, if they materialize, then of course those pose other kind of uncertainty for us, no? But what we are trying to do in our economic program, as spelled out in our Philippine Development Plan, is to diversify the economy and to strengthen its fundamentals so that we can be more resilient with respect to the shocks. And I think that over the years, and I am quite confident that our economy now is more stable than any other time in the past. That it's more diversified than a little in the past. But we need to continue and improving, working on developing other pillars of growth. For example, I keep saying that services sector is a big part of the economy, but we should strengthen our agriculture further. We should strengthen our manufacturing so that we have all these pillars of growth providing that sustainability and resiliency that we want to achieve.
Okay, let's go to Tuesday New, DZBB.
Hi po sa inyo. Secretary Cristina Roque, ma'am. Kumusta naman po ang monitoring po ng DTI sa prices of commodities natin ngayong papalapit ang Pasko? May mga changes po ba? Bumaba o tumaas on certain products like Noche Buena products?
First and foremost, for the prices for basic necessities, no price increase until the end of the year. And then for the Noche Buena, more than 50%, the price will remain the same as last year. And yung mga iba, they just increased but less than 5%. So that will be steady until the end of the year para aabot siya hanggang New Year.
Okay. Alvin Baltasar, Radyo Pilipinas.
Sama ko konektado rin doon sa Secretary Roque doon sa tanong ni Tuesday. Secretary, kamusta yung purchase demand ngayong holiday season na tayo?
Purchase demand ngayon, kamusta ang purchase demand?
The purchase demand is still there, especially pag Pasko, di ba? Yung mga our mga kababayans are were very important sa atin ng Christmas. So in terms of purchase demand, it's still there. It's good actually.
Clay Padilla, PTV4.
Good afternoon po, Secretary Balisacan. Sundan ko lang po yung question ni Harley. Yung lower tariff for rice po is subject to review every 4 months. Ano po yung recommendation natin for December?
We're now finalizing the report. We'll submit that report to the President hopefully tomorrow. I can't disclose that's in that report yet because I want to give the President the first opportunity to read what that is. But it's there. Essentially, it's you're not. It basically presents the picture of the rice market at this time, providing an analysis of where we are, particularly with respect to production, to supply, to demand, to prices, and what to expect in the coming 4 months and beyond. Yun lang yung laman pala ng ano.
Maricel, Halili, TV5.
Thank you. Secretary Roque, follow-up lang po dun sa question ni Tuesday. You mentioned earlier na yung ibang mga Noche Buena products will increase by less than 5%. May we know the reason for the increase of their prices and how soon do we expect this increase on prices to be implemented?
Actually, the increase in price has been implemented already. We came out already with a list of the Noche Buena package prices. So it's in the DTI social media site and also in the website. And we've really released it also in the different media and also in the newspapers. And what was your first question again?
Ano po yung reason for the
The reason, actually, there was no price increase since last year. So, of course, prices, some are imported products, have already increased. So, they decided to request if they could increase. So, we agreed on a less than 5% increase so that at least kahit papano, the consumers will have of course, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and not too much of increase also.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any more questions? We're good? Okay, back to Tuesday.
Ma'am, hingi lang kami ng kahit ilang samples ng products na nag-increase ng less than 5%.
Actually, ang meron ako, yung mga hindi nag-increase, no, which is the mayonnaise, most of the ham, pasta noodles, the cheese, and the all-purpose cream, and many others. Kasi actually, there's 200 products for the Noche Buena package. So it's better that, they can just check the social media sites of the Department of Trade and Industry, and also we've been posting it also in the newspapers, the Noche Buena prices.
Okay. We're good? Okay. So thank you so much, Secretary Balisacan and Secretary Roque. Thank you also for explaining that the Philippine economy has proven its resilience against domestic and external challenges. And this includes climate-related disasters, geopolitical risks, election tensions, financial crises. And as far as the government is concerned, all branches of government is business as usual. Thank you so much, Malacanang Press Corps. Have a good afternoon.
Take care.